We are looking to see if there were any benefits that were incorrectly paid.
Now at 6, state leaders have launched an audit into the Fort Wayne Police Department after leaders allowed officers to work longer than the mandatory retirement age. Good evening, I'm Heather Herron. 15 Finds Out first told you about the violations a year ago. And new today, we've discovered officers illegally collected pension benefits because they were older than the mandatory age when they retired. News Channel 15's Adam Widener has the latest twist in our investigative series, Too Old to Patrol.
Well, this is all a ripple effect following FWPD's decision not to enforce its mandatory retirement age. And now some officers who were allowed to use a popular retirement plan may be forced to pay some money back. When Lieutenant Rick Stoner retired from the Fort Wayne Police Department a couple years ago, he collected a drop payment. It's a benefit he wasn't supposed to get because Stoner is over 60 years old. The Deferred Retirement Option Plan, or DROP, allows officers to pick a retirement date 3 years out. From that point on, 3 years' worth of pension money goes into a separate fund. On the day they retire, officers can collect that money up front in a lump sum. According to city records, Stoner is one of 2 officers who retired in 2013 and received the benefit. Both officers were over the mandatory retirement age, which should have disqualified them from the retirement program, according to Indiana law.
The issue here is that the law says that you cannot be in the drop past your mandatory retirement date.
Once the state's public retirement system became aware of the situation, officials launched an audit into FWPD.
If a member has been incorrectly paid a benefit or paid more than was allowable by the rules, then we would consider it an overpayment, and the member would be responsible for reimbursing the fund.
Just this week, Fort Wayne City Council gave its first approval to raise the retirement age from 60 up to 70 years old. State leaders say if the new ordinance applies to officers who have already retired, it could prevent some from paying back pension money.
If they raise that mandatory retirement date and apply it retroactively, then we no longer have an issue.
Now, at this point, it's still unclear if the new ordinance could be applied to officers who have already retired. Public Safety Director Rusty York and both police unions declined to do an on-camera interview for the story. Stoner told me over the phone he wished he would have known about the mandatory retirement age and drop regulations, saying that information could have changed his retirement plans. A union leader thinks this is the administration's fault and officers shouldn't be punished. City Council is set to give a final approval to the new ordinance this Tuesday. Live in Studio 15, Adam Widener, News Channel 15.